Okay, Tales of the Walking Dead episode 3D. Okay, this episode to me was a return to form for the Walking Dead, or at least for this series, because the last two episodes did not feel like the Walking Dead to me, but this one brought that around. It's the best episode of the three. Now, Alpha, Omega, Beta, whatever her name is, um, I don't forgot what season she was on of The Walking Dead, but I think her name was Beta. But before she was Beta, she was D, and that's what we learned about her on this episode. This episode was a great episode, from dealing with conspiracies to trying to do hostile takeovers to a lunatic mother who would do anything for the survival of herself and her daughter. Um, when that character came into the original Walking Dead series, I watched a couple episodes and it was pretty good with the Whisperers, but that season, I forget which season it was. By the time it came down to that season, I had already somewhat given up on The Walking Dead. And yes, I am gonna go back and watch The Walking Dead over again, and you know, I am gonna watch it over again. But episode 3, entitled D, this episode was great in my opinion. Um, it starts out having to do with they was it said she and her daughter joined a group of survivors, and they're on a is it a yacht, a ship, and they gone to a bayou. She'd been there for a year, and they talking about how she still don't trust anything. And bear in mind, she done went crazy from being with her daughter's father, her baby daddy. And doggone, she went crazy because they were trapped in some for a week or two when I guess when the apocalypse started, and it drove her crazy. So they done drove the ship to this yacht area, and they done picked up a new dude, and she know he doing some crazy stuff. He betraying them, and yes, he eventually betrayed them. And all in all, the events lead up to him signaling a crew he has offshore in the bayou. I think they was in Louisiana. They had moved their ship to Louisiana, and it was close to running out of gas. Um, but he eventually signaled off a crew he had, and they did a hostile takeover of the ship. They started killing off weak crew members, as they call them. And D, her daughter is scared of her, hiding from her. She went and found her daughter and eventually escaped. And her daughter done fell in love with this woman. I, I'm trying to think of what her name was. It might have been Bethany. I don't know. Brittany. All I know, the daughter name was Lydia, but she fell in love with Bethany, Brittany, whatever her name was. And of course, Dee was upset with that throughout the whole story. So, the end of off, it led up to where how she met the Whisperers. Okay. And throughout the whole episode, I think Beta was narrating her journey as Dee and how she was so scared to lose her daughter and all that. The episode was great. The best episode, the best episode of Tales of the Walking Dead so far. And some of the best episodes I've seen in a while of The Walking Dead, period. But yeah, this episode was great. And I'm gonna keep the episode short because I don't really tell the entire plot of the episode. I tell the basic main whatever. And on a 1 to 10 rating, I've give this episode 3, an 8 out of 10. It was really a great episode. I loved it. The best episode so far. I hope that the other episodes even surpass this one. But this was the best episode so far. My favorite episode. So in my opinion, this is the best episode so far. And if you like these reviews, like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one.